Peace to everybody, back with another video. This is full appeals court to review dismissal of Flynn case. And of course, as you know, the Obama administration had set General Flynn off to be thrown in prison for something he didn't do wrong. Okay, and of course, and it was a hot mess. Obviously, General Flynn had a lot of information on the Obama administration. He was going to expose all of the corruption that was going on with him, and plus the other Democrats. But then when Obama got in office, they decided, he decided, well, I'm going to have my administration throw him in prison. Yeah, and sure enough, they did. They railroaded him right to prison. Donald Trump had fired him because he thought that General Flynn was working for Russia, and that was not true. General Flynn had all the evidence of who he was going to expose and the corruption and everything. So, and after that happened, he was in prison for a few years, and then Donald Trump pardoned his sentencing or whatever, and then now everything's up in the air about this case. The entire Washington-based federal appeals court plans to take up the Justice Department's request to dismiss the criminal case against President Donald Trump's former National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn. So now, allegedly, they're going to have the entire Washington-based federal appeals court plans to take up the Justice Department. Well, they should have never had put him in jail in the first place, because he never did anything wrong. They unmasked General Flynn for no reason at all, and it was illegal for the Obama administration to do that. The action Thursday by the full U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit threatens to undo an earlier decision from a 3-judge panel of that court that ordered the case dismissed. The move also prolongs the fight over Flynn's fate and represents one more dramatic development in a case that has taken unexpected twists and turns over the past year and turned Flynn into something of a cause celebre for Trump and his supporters. So now they're saying that Thursday, which today by the full U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit threatens to undo an earlier decision. They can't do that because it was 3-2. The 3-judge panel, they dismissed General Flynn's case, and now they're saying, oh no, that's not right. We're gonna get him back in court so we could throw him back in jail again. Well, guess what? Those Court of Appeals are all lying. What is that case dismissed? The move also prolongs the fight over Flynn's fate and represents one more dramatic development in a case that has taken unexpected twists and turns over the past year and turned Flynn into something of a cause celebre for Trump and his supporters. Well, General Flynn never did anything wrong. All he was going to do was going to expose everything that happened on the Democrat Party side, all the evil and all the corruption. He was going to expose everything, but they said, no, we're not going to let you do this. We're going to throw you in prison so we can get at Donald Trump. And sure enough, they did. The court set arrangement for August 11th. It did not offer an explanation for its decision in a brief order posted online, but did say the parties should be prepared to address whether there are no other adequate means to attain the relief desired. So now the arguments is set for August 11th. It did not offer an explanation, so they're not going to explain to you why, or its decision in a brief order posted online, but did say the parties should be prepared to address whether there are no other adequate means to attain the relief desired. So they're going to try to railroad him again right back into prison, which that's not going to happen because General Flynn has all the evidence of everything that he knew what was going on the Democrat Party. And when they unmasked him, they said, oh, well, guess what? These are all lies, this and that. He's doing wrong, this, and we're going to throw him in prison. Boom. Sidney Powell, a lawyer for Flynn, did not immediately return an email seeking comment, but did tweet the news and wrote, wow. Yeah, so Sidney Powell is a lawyer for Flynn and did not immediately return an email. Oh, I wouldn't even return no emails to the fake news when it comes to them because they switched the narrative to fit their agenda. So who is they? So the fake news is nothing but all liars, propaganda. They are the type of people, do as I say, not as I do. Just like Fauci is, but only this time they want to try and railroad General Flynn to go back into prison again. The 3-judge panel ruled 2-1 last month that U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan had overstepped his bounds by not granting the Justice Department request in May to dismiss the case against Flynn. Flynn had pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his contacts with the Russian ambassador during the presidential transition period. Yeah, because they set him up. They lied to General Flynn. They railroaded him. They lied and said, oh, well, we're going to get you to lie for lying to the FBI, and then we're going to get you in contacts with the Russia ambassador. That never even happened. It never happened. So once he was out of the way, they decided, oh, good, now it's our chance to get Donald Trump, and we're going to make him submit to that he was in collusion with the Russians. That never happened either. That was a witch hunt. So when Nancy Pelosi did the fake impeachment, they couldn't find nothing on Donald Trump. Not a single thing. Because he was innocent of everything. And now Nancy Pelosi is going to try and do a second fake impeachment saying, oh, well, he did a horrible job with the COVID-19. Excuse her, but she's sitting at home in her mansion with a $24,000 refrigerator full of ice cream. And she's got the nerve to say, oh, well, this and that. No. The motion by the Justice Department is one of the signature prosecutions of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election interference, followed by a review by a U.S. attorney who was assigned by Attorney General William Barr to scrutinize the Flynn case. So yeah, after I saw that 3-ring circus about what happened with Barr 2 days ago, oh my goodness, the committee would not even allow General Barr to speak at all. They were over talking him. They just threw everything at him, calling him a murderer. That's not true. That was a lie out of their mouth. They're accusing him of doing this and doing that. They're also accusing Donald Trump of something he has nothing to do with. He's saying the Democrat committee saying the protesters are peaceful when they're not because they're destroying federal buildings. And this is why Donald Trump is sending in the federal marshals to protect the federal buildings. They're not going after the residents or anything like that. They're going after the anarchies that are destroying the federal buildings. In that motion, the department concluded that the FBI has significant grounds to question Flynn about his contacts with the diplomat Sergei Kislyak, and that any statements Flynn made during the interview were not material to the broader counterintelligence investigation into ties between Russia and the Trump campaign. Well, how can General Flynn be talking to Russia when he doesn't want nothing to do with them? How? How is that even possible? General Flynn was just doing his job, but that doesn't mean he was talking to Russia, because he was never talking to them. Never. And this is why the Obama administration had decided, well, we're going to get him for that. We're going to make him lie about it. And they unmasked him so much that it was pathetic out of the Obama administration. That's why Barack Hussein Obama is not American. He was born in Kenya, raised in Indonesia, and was sent here by a prince from another country on a fake student ID for college thing. This is why Obama did nothing for our country for 8 years except destroy it all. Sent your jobs to China, took all your tax dollars, gave it to the police to beat you every day. Excuse me? And this is the type of people you want to elect the Democrat Party for? Let's say, for example, Joe Biden won. All right. You know what he's planning on doing? He's planning on getting rid of every single police in the entire country. That means you can't call for help or nothing. You got to call a social worker for help. Look at Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. They're already on their way of dismantling the police there. And who are the people going to call when they need help? They got to call a social worker. Is that the type of people you want in office? Biden wants to do away with everything in this country. That means the economy, your jobs, the police, everything. He wants to get rid of it all. And then who are you going to call for help? You'll be defenseless then. And as for Kislyak, I don't know, and any statements Flynn made during the interview were not material to the broader counterintelligence. On top of that, the FBI was alarmed by the December 2016 conversations, in part because Flynn had encouraged Kislyak to refrain from escalating tensions over sanctions imposed by the Obama administration for Moscow's interference in the election that the Trump had just won against Democrat Hillary Clinton. Also, White House officials had adamantly denied that Flynn and Kislyak had discussed sanctions. Well, the only reason why Hillary Clinton had lost because she did not expect Donald Trump to be president. She never even expected that to coming her way. And she has not worked in over 7 years, going on 8. She's been out of office for that long. And of course, the FBI was alarmed by the December 2016 conversations, in part because Flynn had encouraged Kislyak to refrain from escalating tensions. What escalating tensions? Over sanctions imposed by the Obama administration for no, the Obama administrations were the ones on the phone with Russia, not Flynn. It was the Obama administration. They're the ones that made all these phone calls, and they blamed General Flynn for it. They said, "Oh well, General Flynn made all these calls. We didn't." Yeah. And this is why the Democrat Party are hiding their crime, because they know what they did is wrong, and now that everything is coming to light, they're all going to be sorry they ever did that. I'm praying that the indictments will come soon, because with all this lies what the Democrat Party are lying to you. They've been lying to you for years. They held this country hostage for 100 years, which I had no idea until I saw a live stream, somebody saying that that's how long the Democrat Party held this country hostage for. 100 years. Are you going to keep allowing them to do this? You better wake up and realize what you're getting yourself into and what you need to get out of. But rather than immediately dismiss the case, Sullivan appointed a retired federal judge to argue against the Justice Department's position and to consider whether Flynn could be held in criminal contempt for perjury because he has previously pleaded guilty under oath. Well, they tricked him into pleading guilty. They tricked him. And how can General Flynn be held in criminal contempt of perjury if he has done nothing wrong when he got tricked into it? Because he had previously pleaded guilty under oath. Well, of course he pleaded guilty because the Obama administration forced him to plead guilty so they can get him out of the way. And now they're going to go after William Barr for something that he didn't do. And if they get him out of the way, it's going to be all sharks on Donald Trump next. Even though he's not doing anything wrong. But they're all going to say, oh, well, he did a horrible job. He did this and did that, when he did not. All these fake news media is lying to you. It's all propaganda. And you're believing all these lies? Flynn's lawyer asked the appeals court to step in and order Sullivan to grant the department's request. Well, of course they would. That Flynn's lawyer asked the appeals court to step in and order Sullivan to grant the department's request. But you know what? Sullivan should have been left the bench a long time ago. He should have left. He shouldn't have stayed. He should have left. Sullivan is part of the deep state, the Democrat Party. And he should have been gone a long time ago. But no, every year they're getting voted back into where they came from, and it's like, no, you need to vote them out. Remove every Democrat. That's what you need to do. Stop voting these people back into office where they know they're going to lie to you, steal from you, and everything. Biden admitted of drafting a crime bill to put every single black American in prison. That's what he wants to do. And you're going to allow that? What if Biden came to your face one day? Now, this is Joe Biden. What if he came to your face one day and called a black woman or a black man the N-word? Are you going to stand there and take it? I wouldn't. And I'm Caucasian, but still, Joe Biden is racist. But if you're going to stand there and allow him to call you the N-word, excuse me, don't you think you have a right to fight back? And also what Joe Biden wants to do is put you back in chains again. That's what he wants to do. He wants to put people back in chains again. Saying, oh, these are my slaves, so they're going to do as I say. This is Joe Biden. But if you want to keep voting these Democrats into office every year, you're going to get what you deserve. And then you're going to start crying, oh, well, I didn't, no, don't come crying to me no, don't come crying to me. You put yourself in it, you'll get yourself out of it. You made your bed, you lie in it, because I'm not going to help you. I gave you warnings of what Joe Biden was going to do. And once you get yourself into what you are getting yourself into, say goodbye to your life, because you ain't gonna have one. Because this country is already on its way to socialism, communism, Marxism, and everything else you could think of. It's already there. So don't say I didn't warn you. Leave your comments below. I'm out.